In today's episode, Catherine asks, what is the current best way to grow Instagram followers for a client? Why? That's the first question. The first question asked this client is why? What are you trying to do in terms of a business goal that is meaningful? Chances are no one's thought that through. People default to followers because it's an easy thing to understand. I have people who follow me. It's kind of like, visitors to your website. Important, right? Because if the number is 0, then you're not going to have any impact whatsoever. But it's only the starting point of a program. There has to be some kind of demonstrable business impact that the platform and the strategy inform, right? So if you are, I don't care what the business is, let's say you're a coffee shop, you want followers on Instagram. Why? Unless you're selling on the platform itself, which you can do, you can do some e-commerce on there. There's nothing that is special about Instagram that makes it better than any other social network. And there's a lot of negatives to it. But the starting point of those followers is just that. What are the other metrics that this company, that this client wants to pursue? Is it website traffic? Is it lead generation? Is it revenue? What's the goal? That's going to dictate to a large extent what you do on Instagram. For example, if it's lead generation, you may not need followers, right? You can just run ads and use Facebook's very sophisticated ad targeting system. As long as you have an Instagram business account, that's good enough to get started. Speaking of which, number 2, in the Facebook ecosystem, social media in general, but especially within Facebook's properties, is pay for play. Let's not kid ourselves. It is pay for play. You pay to be seen. So if you want any metric within that ecosystem, followers, engagement, clicks on things, you can buy it. You just go into the Facebook Business Manager, connect to your account, and run a bunch of ads. Run as many ads as you can, just at whatever budget the client has given you, to grow whatever metric the client cares about most. And I totally get if the client says we want followers, and you're like, I don't know that's the best metric. You can give them all the advice and counsel that you can. At the end of the day, they're still going to say yes, but I still want followers. I get it. I've had clients like that too. So in order to deliver on what the client is asking you for, sometimes you're like, okay, followers it is. Here's your followers. Pay for play. Where you will run into trouble is if the client thinks they can get something for nothing. Like, oh no, we're just gonna just do viral organic stuff. Not in the Facebook ecosystem. You might get lucky, but more often than not, Facebook's like, nope, you're gonna pay up. So set that expectation as early as possible in the client relationship. Facebook, WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, Audience Network, all that stuff together is pay for play. Set aside budget to advertise. And as you succeed, you will expect to pay more. So make sure the client understands that as well. You're going to be running ads. Third, to support the paid activity and to provide a reason for people to remember you and come back to you, you have to create mind-blowing content that people want to like and comment on. So that means creating stuff that is unique and distinct and very, very different than what anyone else can get from any other account. If you post exactly the same things, or the client does, that every other competitor in that space posts, there's absolutely nothing differentiating. There's absolutely nothing worth commenting on. And this is a part that's really, really hard because Instagram is a photo and visual platform. To set yourself apart, you have to be much more creative than the competitors. You don't necessarily have to be higher quality. Like, there are plenty of people that are posting stock art, stock photography, stuff they get off of Unsplash or whatever. It doesn't set them apart. It's high quality, but like all of these algorithms in an algorithm-driven world in marketing, the greatest danger you will have, whether it's social media, search, whatever, is the expression that Google uses, which is nothing wrong, but nothing special. Right? That is the death sentence for your marketing. Nothing wrong, but nothing special. You cannot afford to do that. So advise the client of that. The last thing in the world you want is if you were to take your Instagram photos and blind them, meaning you mix them in with a bunch of other competitors and you put them in a grid or a mosaic. Could you pick out your photos? Could an audience member pick out your photos? Could somebody who doesn't know you pick out your photos? If the answer is no, then your content's not distinctive enough, right? There are only, you have to establish essentially a visual style, and it has to be compelling. And that's really, really difficult. So again, this goes back to the initial question of what is the goal? What is the strategy? What is the client trying to achieve? If all they want is website traffic to their webpage, then run ads with reasonably good visuals that are highly targeted, and don't worry about spending a whole lot of time on the Instagram content itself unless you want to be there for some long-term organic reason. One of the top things companies do is they use Instagram actually as a sort of a culture and hiring channel. Like, here's a sneak peek behind the scenes into what it's like to work at this company. And that's a really good use of it because that is distinctive and that gives a very clear purpose to the channel, and it gives it a theme that when you look at the history and you scroll through on Instagram, you can see, okay, these are the people who work there. This is what the office looks like, things like that. That is useful. But just like random photos, like here's someone taking a picture of a fork, right? Doesn't really help. So that's the best way to grow Instagram followers for client. Pay to be seen, pay to play, and create great content that is unique and visually distinctive that people want to like and comment on. That's it. I wish there was some super secret easy trick that worked really well, but in a channel in Facebook's ecosystem, it's all about the money. As always, please leave your follow-up comments below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and to the newsletter. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Want help solving your company's data analytics and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.